Hello my little worms, I'm Day, and welcome back to Halfling Versus, the show where we put our most terrifying and vicious adversaries against one small-headed boy, named Jeremy. And today we are fighting the Grim Reaper, personification of death, sometimes referred to as Death Sensei in the Hololive community. Whose wise idea was it to fight the personification of death in a battle to the death? Jeremy was screwed. Now I'm sure you're wondering why we're on this map in particular, and I'll get to that, but first, I feel like we need to go through all of our previous strategies and why they did not work against the Reaper. This unit has genuinely taken me days to figure out any sort of strategy to try to actually beat this, because nothing worked. Shall we run through them? Now, if you are unfamiliar with the Reaper, let me first give you a brief description of some of the stuff it does. So, the Reaper is a floating unit. We've encountered a lot of problems with floating units in the past because they're typically very hard to drown because they can just float out the sides of water areas. He has a melee scythe, which does a lot of damage, but the biggest problem are these tendril wings. Every single one of these can insta-kill a unit that is below 250 health. So if your max health is below 250, you will get insta-killed. And they can do that to 6 units every 10 seconds. We have one Jeremy with 100 health. So it can kill Jeremy 6 times over within a second. A second Jeremy is anywhere close to it. That is the biggest obstacle with the Reaper. It causes so much problems, as we'll see right now. Yup, that's what we have to deal with. So firstly, over on the Dynasty map, I want to show you the problem with the classic water under the bridge strategy. Alright, so typically we just go behind here, and we're just hiding here, waiting for the unit, but yeah, the Reaper tendrils go through objects, so plans like that do not work. So, the water under the bridge strategy is a no-go. How about our other typical Dynasty strategy? The tree strategy. Can you walk a little faster, Reaper? I'm trying to give a demonstration here. You're a bit slow. Very slow. And... oop, there we go. This is the problem with this strategy. The Reaper always gets stuck on that bit there. Every single time. The Reaper just gets stuck and won't come any closer. One time, I managed to get the Reaper to actually fall off the edge, and while standing on the tree, the tendrils were still close enough to kill me anyway. So this strategy very much also a no-go, unfortunately. Well then, what about the lighthouse strategy? Whoop, there he goes, just over the wall because he can bloody float. Oh look, he went into the water. Oh look, he didn't take any damage from going in the water because he's a floating unit that can float right back out of water. So water isn't really super effective against them. Oh look, he's coming around the lighthouse. Yes. So the lighthouse strategy also doesn't really work. Instead, we just get died, like the Reaper main that he is. And here's a strategy we haven't seen in a while, the one under this bridge. Alright, let's show you the problem with this one. So remember, we normally go through here and then try to hide. But yeah, the Reaper doesn't care about objects that are in the way. So whether you're there or under the bridge, the Reaper will just attack straight through the bridge to get to you. So yeah, these tendril wing things, they're a little bit of a problem. And in an act of pure madness, I even tried the Thor strategy to see if it would work. There's no reasonable logic why this would work. But anyway, the Reaper gets stuck on the tree. This scythe was some of the biggest pain in the ass of trying to actually figure out any way to use anything against this unit. Just any narrow passageways and gaps and stuff, they just get caught, and it's annoying. So you can't get close to them because the tendrils will just kill you, and if you try to trick them off certain areas, they just get caught. It's god damn it, Reaper, god damn it. And now, welcome back to the pirate map. Although I never actually left because I haven't recorded the bit you just saw yet. But this way I can keep the exact same positioning stuff without reposition it. So, what is our strategy going to be to actually beat the Grim Reaper after all of those other things didn't work? Well, let me show you. We are placing Jeremy on this barrel here, so that Jeremy is far enough away for the tendrils to not be able to reach Jeremy, and hopefully the Reaper can just walk off into the water and just drown. I don't think the Grim Reaper would need to breathe, but I hope it will just drown. This is a crazy plan, but it just might work. And now, let the battle commence. So this isn't really going to be a super interesting battle because we're not actually going to see what's happening over there at any point is the problem. We just got to stay balanced on this barrel. It's pretty easy to fall off and just hope at some point we win. So you come here often? Shouldn't take that long if it actually happens. There we go. So as you can see, it is a successful strategy, and this is a genuine spawn location that you can use. I didn't have to change the line positioning or anything. You can just place the unit right there. So it's very repeatable, and the Reaper just walks straight off into the water and drowns. I'm so glad that I actually found that, because I was just looking for, on any map, a spot where you could stand far away from, like, the land without dying. That was very hard, because like some positions it felt like a bit like much. Like if I spawned Jeremy on a floating island on like the good map, that didn't feel right to me. But like here, it's in the default spawn position. You don't have to do anything special to put the unit here. And it works. It actually works. Anyway, victory! So the Reaper has then again confirmed that it's always the floating units that are just the biggest pains to actually beat in this game. But like also it's the floating ranged units mostly, because the Reaper has range, like the Swordcaster had range. It's just, they are so problematic. But like the Reaper is even worse, because at least with like the Swordcaster it would hit into like walls and stuff. It wouldn't just magically go through them, which is very problematic and very hard to deal with. But anyway, we did it. It worked. Perhaps we're going to need the barrel strategy again in future. We'll have to see. It's a new thing we've added to our collection of strategies. Anyway, if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like, and why not subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Ring that notification bell. It does something I still don't know what. And follow me on Twitter for updates and to see my thumbnails in a larger size. Poor Jeremy. As well as announcements of streams, whenever those happen. I will say that a stream is happening on New Year's as always, so there's a stream that's happening. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next one against whatever unit that'll be. Goodbye, everybody, and roll the outro.
I gave that bastard what he deserved. A funeral. Fit for a king.